Jon Jones doing some sort of Instagram live and said that people keep saying he's ducking Tom Apsinall, and he said, well, I'm living a good life. How is that a duck? That's the definition of a duck. Fight. Fight or retire. Let's go.
If Jon Jones isn't ducking Tom Apsinall, then ducking doesn't exist.
Right.
Like the only saving grace, and I'm praying this is the case. I'm hoping. I'm not sure it is, but I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is just contract negotiations from Jon Jones.
Their Black Friday game, like they did last year. Plus, now that they have the NBA, they're going to run a doubleheader for the NBA on Black Friday. So basically, Jeff Bezos' plan is like, you're not leaving your house, sports fans.
Yeah.
And if you need to buy something, you buy it from me. Because I'm giving you NFL and 2 NBA games. Who can resist?
You're probably going to say no, but do you have an issue watching, like, let's say you watch a really good NFL game, like, oh man, that was great. All right, it's over. And then watching a different sport, isn't that kind of weird right away? Like to go to a different sport?
I never thought of that. You could have,
like, if you have vested interest in both, it's like, man, I already spent all my energy on.
Is it just the NFL? Or like if the NBA was a lead-in, it was a great NBA game.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can't do the NFL.
I think it would be harder the other way around. Like, I think NFL first would be hard. Like, if I'm watching an Eagles game, and at the end, I'm like, oh, all right, we won that game on spent. And then they put like a Sixers game on. I'm like, man, I don't have the same oomph I had before, the Yankees game to watch this.
So he's giving you too much sports. It might be overwhelming on Black Friday.
I just think it might be a little too close together, those two sports.
You never on Saturdays, especially during the football season, had like, I don't know, for me, I got like the UFC card on that night going. I got a bunch of college football games going at the same time too. I'm also doing something on the side, like having everything just overwhelm you. That's not a great feeling.
You're not a UFC guy, but what if it was a great NFL game followed by like heyday boxing match?
Yeah, I would still watch, but again, if I was rooting for both, I would have a tough time like getting my energy up for both of them.
You only have one game in.
Yeah, I got like, once I watch an Eagles game, man, damn. It's almost time to call into work the next day or something.
Is there like a sports Viagra we can rod back up?
Yeah, there's
for the back end.
I think it's called beer.
Tanking is a scourge. Tanking is a disgrace. Tanking runs contrary to literally everything sports is designed to be.
Awful take. Just awful. Tanking is, I'm super pro tanking. There's no chance to win if you don't tank, because you're never, ever going to win unless you luck into some guy. I mean, in the NBA draft,
the
NBA draft, the best players are gone in the first 10 picks.
No, they're not.
And that's it.
The NBA
very rarely.
The NBA more than almost any other league, probably baseball, but more than almost any other league, you can find guys throughout the top 10, and it is littered with failures.
You can say that about any sport, though.
No.
A second round pick in the NBA.
I would actually argue in the NFL, you better get a top 5 pick, and there better be a quarterback. Like the quarterback is so much of your organization.
Yeah, that's
like
one position.
I get it in the NFL.
Yeah,
but tanking in the NBA it's reached 7 years in a row. Stop tanking.
They need to fix the lottery. Get rid of it.
How big and strong would you have to be to put a kangaroo in a full Nelson?
I don't think you have to be that strong. It's just getting to it.
Are you sure?
Well, because
you see, when they lift up and they stretch out, like the full size one is like, it's not, it probably is Shaq weight. They're so tall,
but it's mainly their legs. They're like, if you can get past their legs, sometimes I've heard their legs can disembowel people.
I mean, it's not even the legs. You see the claws on those things.
Yeah, but they're like T-Rex arms. You just kind of get behind them.
You don't think if that kangaroo kind of like crabs in and squeezes the arms?
I've literally seen a picture of a kangaroo doing that.
Oh, the flex.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
they're so muscular.
Yeah, they look like they're in San Quentin or something.